Okay, so lack of technology here, but we're gonna do what we have. Today we're gonna talk about the effects of stress. Stress is a dreadful, toxic hormonal disease. Many people today are faced with the catastrophic effects of stress and are unaware of the harsh long-term amounts that stress can cause on your body. If you're someone you know is experiencing a substantial amount of stress frequently, you may need to listen and remember that everyday stress can cause harmful, long-term health effects such as high blood pressure, which leads to heart disease, strokes, ulcers, and even obesity. If you're anything like me, you face avid amounts of stress daily. Therefore, it's important to know what causes stress, how to deal with it, and the long-term effects stress can have on your body. Now that we've established that stress is bad for your health, what causes stress? So, according to the UK's Mind for Better Health website, being under lots of pressure is one of the most common effects of stress. Have you ever had that steam coming out of your ears feeling when someone's expecting a lot from you? If you answered yes to that question, I could relate. When I have lots of pressure on me from school, work, social life, or home life, I tend to find myself stressed also. Another common stressor is having overwhelming responsibilities, according to the UK's Mind for Better Mental Health website. When you have a to-do list a mile long and all of your chores are building up. Does that feeling of overwhelmedness cause you lots of stress? Another common stressor is having overwhelming responsibilities. The UK's Mind for Better Mental Health website states that the most common cause of stress is facing big changes. When something in your life is constant, it causes lots of stress in your life when it becomes inconsistent. Imagine every day when you get out of school, you visit your grandparents. But then all of a sudden, your grandparents get divorced and you have to make a choice. Which one are you going to visit? What day will you visit them? Are they even going to have enough time for you anymore? Now you can see why this would cause the average person stress. Now that you've learned what causes stress, let's learn the best ways to deal with that stress. The most basic ways to deal with that stress is positive self-talk. The American Heart Association says that the best way to combat stress is to enforce positive self-talk. When people start to stress, it's natural for them to think negatively towards themselves. Turn those negative phrases you use toward yourself and turn them into positive ones. Some examples from the American Heart Association are: turn the words "I can't do this" into "I'm going to try as best as I can," or "everything's going wrong" into "I can handle this one step at a time." Positive self-talk encourages us to take our own feelings into account and reassure ourselves that our feelings are validated. Quick stress stoppers help diffuse the stress in the moment, according to the American Heart Association. Sometimes you aren't in the right location to take a break or quit doing a specific task, so these quick stress stoppers are small things that you can do to combat stress quickly without giving up on the task at hand. The American Heart Association includes the following 5 things to be the most successful at quickly combating stress. The first one is being to count to 10. Breathe and count to 10. The second activity is to simply take a few slow, deep breaths until you feel your body calm yourself. The third is to go to a short walk, maybe to the restroom or the trash can, just to take a break without actually having to take a break. The fourth is to meditate or pray for a minute to recollect your thoughts and calm yourself. The last is to break down a large problem into a smaller one. These tasks recommended by the American Heart Association are tasks I personally use when I begin to feel overwhelming amounts of stress. According to the American Heart Association, spending around 10 to 15 minutes doing activities you love helps to relieve stress. Some examples are doing some art, reading, grabbing coffee with your friends, maybe taking a nature walk, or playing a sport. And now that you know how to combat stress, I'm going to work on what happens to your body if you don't manage that stress. Stress can cause high blood pressure, leading to heart disease and strokes, according to the Heart and Stroke Foundation. The Heart and Stroke Foundation says that stress can cause the heart to work harder, increasing your blood pressure, which increases your blood flow and increases your risk for blood clots, which leads to heart disease, strokes, and maybe even stomach ulcers. Another link to heart disease, researched by the Heart and Stroke Association, is when you feel stressed, you might tend to overeat, eat unhealthy foods, or participate in negative tendencies like drinking or eating comfort foods. And according to biochemicist Sally Robertson, chronic stress levels lead to overeating or comfort eating, and in turn leads to weight gain or even long-term obesity. Robertson states that ongoing stress leads to the release of a hormone called cortisol, which increases a person's appetite, and if the stress does not pass, the high appetite levels remain. If your appetite levels remain high naturally, you'll eat more, and eating more for longer periods of time will experience weight gain. An extreme amount of weight gain leads to obesity. According to the AARP, mass amounts of stress can lead to stomach ulcers. A stress researcher at Stanford University, Robert Sapolsky, from the American Heart Association website, found that the body is stressed and its immune system doesn't function properly, which leads to high amount of bacteria in your stomach, leading to stomach ulcers. This connection is made because the imbalance of the number of bacteria in the gut leads to issues in the stomach that can cause ulcers, according to the neuroscientist Bryce McEwen from the American Heart Association website. Now that we understand what causes stress, how to manage it, and what effects we cannot healthily control it, we can develop our own method for reducing our daily stressors and work towards preventing chronic stress to cause a healthier lifestyle. Mass amounts of stress from your work or personal life can affect us more than you know. Taking necessary precautions to calm our mind and bodies will lead to a healthier lifestyle long term and can prevent heart disease, obesity, and stomach ulcers. Taking in stress negatively can put yourself in danger. Is it worth putting your life in danger over the stressors of long term? Stop stressing and start living.